Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the We Love Gaming podcast. This is episode 76, and it is a lovely evening in Southern California, IA. Nice, beautiful weather. Cannot complain at all.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Godly Sovereign, aka Marcus, and I've got my co-hosts with me, Mark Araya and Sir Knight, aka Mark and Ray. What's good, fellas? How y'all doing tonight?
Yo, I'm doing great. I got my booster shot the other day
Oh,
and didn't.
oh,
So
because
that's the
is
third one,
there?
I
right?
hadn't hit it.
That's the third one, then, right?
Yeah, I got my booster. So
Wait for
just had a
Johnson and
little.
Johnson?
Well, yeah. So technically, my second shot. So I got the
Because
Okay.
Johnson
J&J
and Johnson
booster.
only gives you one to start with.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
you got a Johnson and Johnson booster, huh?
Yes, sir. They were doing it at my work all week, so I literally just went
Nice.
downstairs, got it, had a
Got
slight
hit
headache.
up.
Got a slight headache, but other than that, it was nothing like the previous shot. But I'm doing good. How about you, Sir Knight?
Yeah, I'm doing good too, man. Been a nice, pretty straightforward week. As you can see, I switched my angle up, man. So I
You
got a
did
much
got
better
WLG in the
background, dude.
background on the TV. I see you. I see you.
Yeah, so
Got
I've
the
been
little
doing
post
that
and
today.
stuff. Yeah.
So it's looking much better now. I love this angle much better. Opens up the background quite a bit. So, but yeah, other than that, man, just been chilling, playing games, getting through the week. What about you, Golly?
Oh man, I've been chilling. Got to enjoy some more Guardians of the Galaxy. Trying to progress through that story and stuff like that because I'm loving it. I think I'm on like chapter 8. I think there's 16 chapters in total, so I'm doing pretty good on it. But I think I should be able to get some good game time in this weekend. Kids is gone, so I'm kind of hands free.
Wow.
So
There you go,
I'll be able
man.
to get. Also,
8 hour
I
days
got
in, huh?
yeah. I finally got the PlayStation headphone in.
Oh, that's right. The Midnight Black headphones.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Yeah, you
nice,
proud of
man.
those. I
Yeah,
know you're
there you
proud of
go.
those things, man.
Let
You
me
haven't
see.
tried them yet?
Yeah. I was using them this morning, man.
How do they
They
sound?
They
they
look good,
beautiful,
man.
man.
They
They sound beautiful. Like I got the Xbox joints too or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, putting them on, they clamp pretty good on your head. So it's almost like if you go to like half cock it,
Oh,
it
it still
almost
holds.
kind of hurts your head a little bit because it's just like it's giving you a good squeeze. So it kind of cuts off all of the extra sound around you. So but I mean it's solid, it's real easy to turn it on. Literally you just plug a little dongle on there and then like as soon as you click it on, it's automatically hooked up. So it's super quick. So
That's
that's real
dope, man.
nice.
That's dope.
Yeah, and the sound was like it was sounding real good, with the 3D audio and stuff like that. The where you turn your head and you hear the voices and all that
Yeah.
stuff moving, like who's left and right of you and all that.
I bet
Yeah,
you
it
with
was
that
nice.
Guardians of the Galaxy, there's lots of talking. It was really nice, huh?
Yeah, it was really nice because when you're playing it and you're just doing like regular speaker audio or whatever, sometimes if you turn away from them, you can't hear it anymore. Like it's like really, really faint. But with the headphones, like it doesn't matter what direction you turn, you'll still hear them really good. It'll just be like which side is more, apparent on there.
A little
Stuff like that. So
pronounced. Yeah, that's cool,
yeah,
man.
So I was definitely like I've been wanting wireless headsets because my kids always jump in my lap. And I finally got a chance to. Once I saw that these was coming out, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just strike on the black ones. The white ones had always been like, sold out for a good minute. But yeah, these ones are having the same problem too. They're getting sold out. But yeah,
Wow.
they'll come in stock soon.
Yeah, man.
Nice, man.
But yeah, man. So anybody who's watching this, well, TCB who's watching this, or anybody
What's
else
Hello.
who
up, Danny
happens to check
boy?
this video out, the Patreon link is going to be somewhere in the description. It's probably not on there right now, but maybe one of these guys will be able to shoot the link on there so you can check that out if you would like to support the podcast. If not, it's all good. Yeah, but Ray, did you happen to have any quick shots or anything this
Nah,
week?
I ain't got
No,
quick
right?
shots. The only
Okay,
thing I
yeah,
wanted to talk about is like since we did Elden Ring, you and I,
right.
yesterday, I Mark Araya wasn't able to chill with us. I definitely wanted to get his first impressions of Elden Ring. So
All
I
right.
got the video
Okay.
playing here, and I'm kind of curious, man. What were your thoughts? Well,
Cool. So
first and foremost, Marcus asked me my first thing he asked me was, "How excited were you to see this gameplay launched, or were you kind of like, well, I already know what to expect, so this is whatever." How did you? Like, where were you at on that?
I was hyped to see this.
Yeah,
With those little leaks, those BS leaks, that's little, when we saw the tree before, dude,
yeah.
I was hungry for anything we can get our hands on. So this, 15 minutes or so of gameplay, dude, was amazing to me. So I'll really quickly, I guess, just go to some things that I liked, and I guess some things that I'm not sure about because
Okay, all
everything
right,
wasn't perfect for me. So the
okay.
first thing is, dude, this mount combat looks dope as heck. It's gonna change the way I play because normally I don't really do magic. I'm just like a knight with all strength.
Mm-hmm.
But this,
Yep.
when you saw him fighting that wyvern or dragon, he was like, doing shooting magic arrows at him and then going there
Mm-hmm.
with the two-handed sword. So in this game, being a hybrid, I see, a lot of I guess a lot of benefits because you're going to be on your mount so much. So you might as well dabble in everything. So that I thought was pretty amazing.
Dude, but yeah, that's crazy. Like, so do you think it's encouraging dabbling in everything, or do you think it's still going to be like specialized melee versus magic?
I think that this is going to encourage you to dabble in all ranged weapons, magic. I feel like it's encouraging you to try a lot of abilities and trying a lot of things. I didn't really see any ranged items like bombs or anything, but I'm sure there's still going to be some
Or bow and
consumables.
arrows?
Yeah. So we didn't necessarily see that other than the magic bow and arrow. But I think this because you're on a mount, it just multiplies the complexity of or it multiplies what you can do in encounters by a lot. That and jumping.
It seemed a little
So
cheesy though. Like you could definitely just kind of like cheese these boss fights on a mount. It seemed like.
this will bring me to the thing that I didn't really like was those spirits. I feel like the spirits you can cheese a lot of things because in bosses, some mechanics, you have to parry things and dodge things with perfect accuracy. And
Mhm.
the spirit of like I don't know if it's a consumable or if it's just an ability you get, but to summon these spirit allies, I think that can make some encounters like easy mode, in my opinion.
Yeah, that
Because
shit's gonna be clutch, bro. How
Well,
can
that's
we
what I
summon
was.
out mad spirits?
See, that's what I was trying to ask Golly when we were talking about it, is like how much power does it consume though? If it doesn't consume very much power and you're kind of able to do like it a few 3 or 4 times or whatever, like
Mhm.
within a boss fight or something, then maybe it's a little OP. But what if it's like chalking like 2/3 of your bar to use that power and you're
Or
not
what
really
if
able
it
to use it
just
very
has a
often?
I
limit?
hope it's a
What if it has
consumable.
like a
It's more
use and
like
then
a
a cooldown?
it's more like a strategic pop versus like something you're just always doing, you know?
Yeah, I don't want it to be a cooldown. I want it to be a one and done. Like I find a relic or an item, and I could break it to call the spirit one time. I think
Okay,
that'll
well,
make it
I
balance.
can tell you this for sure. It's not that way. It's not
Yeah,
an
because
item.
It is
It's an
a ability you
ability.
gain, right?
Yeah.
you're right. Because they said collect them, and you what would they say? They said you could kind of
Get
see
like
Yeah.
which
different
ones you
ones to
like the
kind of make a
best.
build or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so that I want to see an execution. Like, can you only use it? Like, when can you use it? How often you can use it? Obviously, you can use it in boss fights because we saw the one boss encounter. They got that big old spirit, and he was like kind of tanking
Yeah.
Yeah.
for you. So
But
that
also,
was dope.
how
But
costly is it to activate that ability?
yeah,
If it's costly, then it may not be as cheesy as we might be thinking it is. But dude, it almost seems like a Pokemon got to catch them all. Like it seems like that ogre you summoned on that boss fight is probably just some creature out in the world that you fought and killed, and there's probably something you have that can like capture its soul. Because it looked like there's lots of they just look like normal creeps that you're summoning.
yeah,
They're just like white spirit forms of them.
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's some item that you get recharges for, and you got to go back to the fire to rekindle the spirits. I don't know, but I'm really curious to see how they execute that. But overall, dude, the graphics on this game, the world just looks beautiful. I think this will be the best Souls like game ever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the difficulty is what I'm concerned about. Like, is it going to be the most casual game ever, or is it going to keep that hard difficulty that the other games
It's
had? Because
it's a Souls game, bro. I think that's just still gonna be tough as hell. Like I
yeah,
think regardless of the stuff that they add in there, they're gonna find ways to make it tough for you, even if you do have a spirit. It's still
yeah,
gonna be it's a
Well,
brutal battle or something.
I'll say this. Like I think like I'm like halfway in between what Marcus is saying. Like, I do think like there's gonna be things in here that make it easier. From Software already said, like, if you're a fan of Souls, this is gonna feel a little easier than past Souls-like games. However, it still seems like just as punishing as ever. Like every mistake seems very costly. Like if you get tagged, you're gonna be getting hit hard. Or like if you get ambushed, like in the one scene coming up where he's like walking through the tunnel
Yeah,
and he's
and like
not
get
taking it
backstab.
easy. Yeah,
Yes,
like
that thanks.
if you're still not taking it slow and like steady, like you're gonna get punished. So I think like in that sense, it's still gonna have that Souls feel of like punishment, but it might feel easier to someone like you, Mark, who's played like all the Souls games. You know?
Yeah, so because some of the encounters, dude, I had to play them 20 times, to get
Yeah.
timing perfect. But I was like, dude, if I could cheese it for a second, because there's a phase of a boss that's always the hardest one. If I could just summon the souls then, and they essentially taunt automatically, that'll make things, a lot more pleasant. So,
and we don't even know how long they'll actually last in the battle. You know what I mean? That one seemed like it might have lasted a long time, but there might be some that are like fairly quick. You know what I mean? Like maybe they have health bars that they just didn't show, because I mean, as you can see, they didn't show any HUD. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was no mini compass, no life, no nothing like that shown on.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe those things have life.
Yeah, and the last thing that I thought was interesting about this is when they showed the multiplayer clip when they were like hunched over and kind of stealth, because that's completely new. I mean, you always can dodge things and always like maneuver around creeps, but when they're crouching, I want to know exactly what does it do? Does it lower your aggro radius? Like, are you full stealth? I'm curious about that, because that could kind of cheese things too, if you could essentially stealth through stuff. But
well, in Sekiro you could stealth. It was very stealthy, and it was more so just like it was more very thematically stealthy. So like if you crouch and are sneaking, you're going to be less quiet and like things don't hear you. There's no like it's not like Valhalla or Far Cry where you have like an eye or something like indicating how much you're being seen.
If you're being spotted or something
but
like that.
Like the enemies might like notice you or turn. So you like know you're about to be seen, so you kind of like reposition yourself. But in Sekiro, you can 100%, not 100%, but like you could like there was like an actual assassinate ability. You can like assassinate things from behind, like Assassin's Creed. So I don't know if that's really in here, because in this one he went and he shot the guy with the arrow. I would think like if it was like Sekiro or like Assassin's Creed, if you're stealth, you can just walk up to the guy and just X him out and move on to the next guy. But it didn't seem like it's that simple in this one, so I don't really know how that.
I mean, even in Dark Souls, you can sneak up behind somebody and you can shank them.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of like how strong you are compared to how strong they are, whether it kills them completely or it just really damages the crap out of them.
Yeah, you could sneak up and trigger the backstab ability.
Right.
But I'm saying like in Sekiro, it like lit up red and like you pressed it and like you did like an execution.
It was like an instant kill.
Yeah, like an instant kill. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but overall though, this was amazing. I can't wait to play this game. I feel like this will be a game you could sink. Dude, you could probably sink a year into this. I'm hoping, just because the world looks that crazy big. And if it has collection, like, because I love collecting the gear and stuff, but if you can collect spirits and all this stuff, it just adds more replayability to this game. And, people love the PvP. So I'm not sure, did they show PvP or not? But I'm curious to see how, is it people who just invade, they can sneak up on you? That should be kind of interesting. So, yeah, man, I'm really hyped for this.
You're going to have some kind of, like, indication. Because how do you invade an open world and like find where the person's at? It's like,
right, that would be a pain in the butt, man. You definitely have to
like
have something that tells you where it's at. Or
you'd have to have. So I am interested to know too, like how PvP works for sure.
Yeah, or maybe they teleport you like within like a 30-foot radius of.
Yeah, but if you hear that you're invaded, you immediately book it, right? And then you're lost like a needle in a haystack.
This is another thing that I kind of didn't like, dude. You could drop look how far you can jump.
I was telling Marcus that
he said it looked like no fall damage.
There's no fall damage in this game. It's like, what the heck?
But I was also telling Ray that we don't have a HUD, so we don't see the actual life. You know what I mean? So maybe he got hella damaged and you just couldn't see it. I don't know. But it does off top. It does look like he's just like Superman, just jumping off that bitch and crashing down on Earth. And like there's no freaking repercussions to that.
Because he has a suit of armor on, dude. He should have
Yeah,
That should have had
he
some
he
effects.
should be a
smash it like a
rock.
pancake. That's totally true, Mark.
Yeah.
What
You should
would
crush
be
him like a
nice?
pancake, man.
What would be nice is if they added craters into the ground. Like if you hit the ground, you wearing weights and shit like that, heavy armor, like crack some shit. You know what I mean? Just cave the ground in a little bit when you drop. You know,
Yeah, that'd be dope, man. That'd
that
be
would be
cool.
sick.
That'd be
I would
dope.
jump off and fuck my shit up just to
Just
crash
to
into
see
the ground and
yourself,
see a little divot.
landing like All Might. Yeah, dude, that's cool, dude.
Do like a superhero pose,
That'd
landing.
be cool, dude. That'd be dope.
That'd be sick, man. But yeah, so as far as this goes, we also talked about the collector's editions, right? So they after they dropped this gameplay release, they also released a trailer for the regular extreme collector's edition or whatever, and then the premium collector's edition. Did you see both of those?
Yeah, so that statue, which edition came with the statue?
The regular collector's edition, the
Yeah.
standard collector's edition comes with a statue, and then the premium comes with the statue and a helmet.
Oh, I didn't see the helmet one. Let me pull that.
You didn't see the helmet? Ray, if you got it, show that shit real quick, man.
All right.
Yeah, let's take a look at that real quick.
Search for that premium joint,
Right here at
dude.
the end, dude.
Oh, okay, it's on here.
Here it goes. Right here.
I missed that part.
Woo.
So this is the
Official
helmet.
replica
And it's-
1-to-1 scale.
It's 1-to-1,
man.
so it's a full
1-to-1.
normal helmet.
That should have fit your head, man.
That's actually a pretty cool thing to have, honestly. I don't really like collecting collector's edition stuff, but
right.
dude, what if you're that for freaking Halloween, man? Just as your character.
That's exactly what I was saying, right, Ray?
Yeah.
I was saying you could probably go to like the thrift store, find you like some little sheer like dress or whatever, and then just like, you know, make it more manly, obviously, but you know, you add in the little pieces and stuff, get you like a red scarf around there, and then put that helmet on, get you a long sword or something. Shit, man.
Yeah.
People don't even know what's coming, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the standard collector's edition, man.
Dude,
that
I think
statue's too cool.
I think I'm going collectors
yourself.
too, man. This like never happens, but like I'm so incredibly hyped for this game, and like this gameplay only heightened that feeling up. This feels like so legendary. This game is gonna be like so legendary. Like I was telling Godly, like this is gonna be like one of the 5 games at the end of our life, you know, when we're 80, talking about all the games we play. Like one of the 5 games you can count on one hand
That you
bought
actually go on the shelf and pull some
I bought
type
a
of stuff
collector's
from.
edition for, man, because like it's that incredible. This is like one of those once every 10-year kind of game, you know.
Yeah.
So I can't.
I'd be
wait for this.
kind of hating the steel books sometimes, honestly. And the reason why I hate them is because they don't just give you the steel book, the game in the steel book. They give you the game in that plastic case, and then they give you the steel book. So it's like, okay, I either gotta throw away the plastic case, or I just keep this steel case on the side somewhere. And it's
Sell it,
like,
dude.
give me one case, man. That's all I want is one case.
Hey, man, I sell mine, dude.
Do
I
you?
sell my steelbooks. So
I probably got a couple in the archives. I could sell real quick. I think I got a steel case for the Cyberpunk. Nobody probably want that shit now, but I might
for the Pokemon games, dude.
know.
Hey, for the Pokemon games, pre-order the combo pack from Target,
Oh,
and it
okay.
comes with a golden steelbook. So
That's
the combo
Pokemon,
pack,
though.
I know, but the combo pack is 120. I bought the combo pack and I sold the steelbook just alone for $90. So I got the games for $30, and then I sold the little DLC code for 20. So I pretty much got the combo pack. So when the next combo pack comes out, I'm doing the same thing, man.
Nice.
I sell those
Crazy,
damn
dude.
steelbooks, dude. People buy those things.
$90.
Yeah,
That's
Target.
What was the
because
code
Target, for mega for 2 megas.
Oh,
Mega
okay. Yeah,
Evolutions.
you wouldn't even care about that shit. Megas. You can get them shits already. You just find them out there.
Yeah, dude.
That's Pokemon though. People be suckers for Pokemon, man.
Who knows? This is pretty legendary too, man. I don't know.
Yeah, this is
I
a big one,
fucked
dude.
around and didn't pick up my Deathloop steel case. I probably should have picked that shit up, but they didn't give it to me when I got the game. And then they wanted to hit me up like 2 days later saying, "Hey, your steelbook case is ready to be picked up." I'm like, damn, I don't feel like driving all the way over there. I want to play the damn game. So I didn't end up picking that shit up.
You don't want to waste the hour to pick it up. You wanted to play for an hour.
That was crucial, bro.
Dude, the steelbook right now.
Huh?
Holy cow, dude. If I had the sealed pack with the steelbook in the 2 games, it's going for $3 to $350 right now.
Of that Pokemon edition thing.
Yeah, just the steelbook alone right now, it's going for like in the mid hundreds.
Damn. So if you had just kept it a little bit longer, then you would have been sitting on the gold mine. You would
Hey,
have
I was
paid
happy
for the
making
whole
90,
game.
dude. I was happy making 90, and I'll happily make
Yeah, I'm
90
sure.
again. But anywho,
I might just buy the shit just so I can hold on to it for a while. See if it goes up in price. Like that diamond and pearl bullshit that they
oh yeah,
releasing.
dude, I'm buying the double pack from Target.
Yeah, buy
For
that
sure.
shit, just hold on
The
to it.
Shining, the Brilliant Shining or whatever.
Yeah. The ones that they ain't do shit to it, but
Yeah, they did. They changed it.
they did a little bit.
Oh, it looks good, bro. It looks good.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we know you. We know it looked good to you. You
Yeah,
said San Andreas looked good. We know it looked good to you.
we know that was fine for you.
But all right. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and start off with the topics, man. So let's get to the first one. The first one we gotta talk about is Horizon. And there was a bunch of little news that had dropped out of here, and I'm kind of excited for it, man. So the first little piece we got about Horizon is that it's gonna have like a whole bunch of different outfits, and these outfits will have like, skills and different kind of benefits to them. So it's not gonna be just a look. I think before, wasn't it just a look? Like you had just different options, and I think they had like some kind of like stats, right? Ray?
Yeah,
Mark, you played it too, right?
Yeah.
You played Horizon?
Yeah, I played it maybe for a couple hours, but I don't remember what the equipment did to me.
Yeah, I believe that it had like certain stat upgrades to it or something, like more defense or something like that, but nothing crazy. It wasn't anything that was like ooh type shit. But
yeah, wasn't it like a full on like set? So
yeah,
like
full piece.
It wasn't pieces. So like in Horizon, it was like a full on suit you would get.
Right, yeah, because it matched you from head to toe.
Yeah, this feels more like it's gonna be like,
like you can mix and match.
Yeah, like Assassin's Creed or like World of Warcraft or like Destiny, where like you have like different pieces of gear and they have legitimate skills on them, that like change.
This reminds me of Spider-Man too, to a certain degree, because the Spider-Man suits actually change your skills. So I was like, is it going to be similar to that? Because they also said there's going to be a workbench. So you remember you would upgrade the suits in Spider-Man.
Right.
Maybe this will be similar style to that.
Yeah, right. That was the other one. It was supposed to be a workbench, and then it was also going to be more player choices.
But actually, this is actually outfit stuff. So it's actually not going to be individual pieces. It's not going to be
just like Spider-Man then.
It's going to be like Spider-Man. So Spider-Man is more comparable. Yeah, Spider-Man.
So it might be a suit that gives you like more stealth skills or something like that, or something to give you like some type of a stealth benefit or something.
Yeah, it's probably going to be like build related. You're going to be like, oh, I want that outfit because it gives me like heightened, explosive damage or something. Who knows,
Right.
Or it gives me heightened stealth, so you want to sneak more. Like depending on what you're trying to do, right? So definitely, that's awesome. Although I really wish it was more of a gear hunt. I wish it was more piece based rather than outfit based.
Right, and then you get like the five set bonus or something like that. If you find all the pieces, then you get like one extra perk that's like really nasty.
Right.
That'd be dope.
Exactly. I mean, like Dark Souls is piece based. You can like mix and match all your pieces. So it's like I wish this was more like that. And then, but yeah, we had the workbench. So I don't know if this means you take your outfits and actually swap skills. You can like swap skills on it because it says you can choose to apply, make decisions on your outfits and your melee weapons, outfit skills, and other mechanics.
So you may be able to like re-roll for a new skill or something like that.
It says one entirely new concept in Horizon Forbidden West is the workbench, where you can upgrade and strengthen weapons and outfits. This unlocks new perks, mod slots, new skills, and offers a degree of customization, resistances, and new abilities for players. So
that's a lot.
Just a lot more
dope.
Customization, man. This excites me quite a bit. It's like it's one thing to have skills on your gear, but that you can actually modify those gears to have more skills and more mod slots. That's really cool.
I mean, I do remember you could modify your weapon and increase like the strength of your weapon or whatever by adding like electricity to it or something like that. It was like some type of upgrades that you could do to the weapons. But this seems like it might be a wider spectrum for upgrades that you could do to the weapon, or that like, oh, I don't want to do electric, I could go ice or something like that and add a chill to things or something. Or maybe you get into certain environments and you have like different bonuses that you can put on your weapon to cause more damage. Like if you're in a water area, you can add ice, or if you're in a heat area, you can add water attacks or ice attacks to it or something like that. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, or you can like add additional slots, which lets you do like a fire and ice, or like you can add multiple elements or do multiple
Yeah,
things to your piece of gear. And it's not
right.
just your weapons, but it's also your pieces of gear too. So that's gonna be fun for sure, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope, man. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I mean, February can't come soon enough, man. You know what I mean? Like I want to enjoy December, but I'm definitely looking forward to February. I mean, obviously, I'm probably not gonna play this until maybe March, because of Elden Ring. But still, it
Yeah, I
might
think
be
it's a
like
shame. It's actually
April,
I'm
maybe
actually hoping that Sony pushes this
pushes
back
it
a
back.
month. Yeah,
Yeah.
because this is not.
Or bring it forward. I don't mind if they bring it forward. Like if they say, "Hey, we're gold. Let's just do it and drop it in January." You know what I mean? Like that would
Yeah,
give us good
yeah.
time to play and beat Horizon, and then move on to Elden Ring
I don't
and
think
not
that's
have any
ever
problems.
happening. I've never seen a company move a game forward before.
Me
But
neither.
moving it back, I can see that happening because it's really weird. I don't think From Software or Sony should be happy about launching like the same week.
Mm.
I don't think either one of those companies should be happy about that. Like
Yeah,
that's not good for either one of them. They're stepping on each other's toes there. I think it makes a lot more sense to wait a month. But I'm sure Sony's like, no, like we need a game because we haven't because they're going to be basically launched nothing since September until February. Nothing first
yeah,
party, right? Nothing first party. Where we're going to talk about it here pretty soon, a first party game from Microsoft, and we're going to be getting another one next month as well, which I am super pumped actually about Halo. Like I'm actually really, really excited for that game. That feels like a cut above that game. Like I'm really
yeah.
excited to play that
Big,
one.
big change, man. Yeah, I mean, I was definitely surprised that piqued my interest so much. Like
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
like
at
really
a
excited for it.
1.5, and I'm at like an 8.5 right now
Hmm.
for trying to play it. Like that's definitely. I mean, I'm thinking right now. Besides one of the games that we're gonna talk about in a minute, I'm probably not gonna play my Xbox too much, um, until Halo comes out.
Yeah,
So
because you're playing Guardians of the Galaxy.
right,
Well,
yeah.
you could have bought that on your Xbox, right? I mean, that's basically like it's an Xbox game too.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I
But
buy
yeah,
I buy a majority of my games for the PlayStation. You know what I
hmm,
mean? So yeah.
yeah,
But
for sure.
let's go ahead and move on to, since we've been talking about Xbox. Let's move on to the next topic, which is Game Pass and some of the games that they have coming, or actually are already. Some of them are already here, I believe, but a lot of them are coming very soon. And the first one is obviously we talked about Grand Theft Auto a couple of weeks ago. So they're finally showing that they're going to put that up there on the Xbox for Game
Yeah, that's
Pass.
pretty cool. That's gonna be right there on Game Pass to try out day one. So
Yeah.
that's nice.
So that'll be nice if people want to go and play that old shit again. They are very more than welcome to. It's just funny.
Yeah,
So then the next game is It Takes Two, and that was like a really good game. I believe it was like highly rated. Like it
Yeah.
was given like eights or
it was
something
like
like
the
that.
highest rated game for a long time this year. I
Right.
think I think maybe Forza or Deathloop might have overtaken it, but it was like the highest rated game like for all year long.
Hmm. Yeah, and so that one is real nice because me and Ray had wanted to play it, when it came out, but you had to buy it. At least one person had to buy it, and we had other things that we wanted to get, so we just never
Hmm.
ended up getting the game. So now that we have it on Game Pass, it's just a quick download, and now we can both play it, no problem. You know what I mean? And if either one of us aren't on, you can play it with somebody else. That's out there. I don't know
Yep.
exactly how that works. I don't know if they've created like a matchmaking system yet or whatnot, but I'm definitely interested to give that game a whirl because from what I saw from it, it looked really good. Yo, what's up, Wilson? Thanks for joining us, man.
Yo, what up?
Yeah, Will, Halo looks incredible. Although I'm more excited for the campaign than the multiplayer.
Then the
But
multiplayer. Yeah.
Halo looked absolutely like I'm
Yeah,
really
man.
actually really pumped for that. Like
I
I
can't
can't
wait
wait
for the
for that.
multiplayer on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the next game that's on the list, coming to Game Pass is of course Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah.
That
Finally,
was
man. This is
brand
this
new
is
day
a
one.
banger. It's already out right now. If you get the premium edition, Squid
Okay.
Squid got the premium edition, so he
Well,
was
it's
telling me he was
available on
playing it.
Game Pass too.
Yeah, but I just mean
It's
if you
available
buy the
right now, right?
premium, you could already play it right now. But it's coming
You
out
can
on
already
Game
play it right
Pass.
now too.
Oh, I thought it was like next week or
Okay.
I'm almost positive it came out today.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, shoot, even better.
Horizon.
Yeah.
I think it only came out for the premium edition, just like they did with Back for Blood. And then I think on Tuesday it's coming out for everybody, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
That's what they did for Back for Blood. You got to buy like the $99 edition or some crap.
Huh.
But correct me if I'm wrong in the chat or guys. But that's my understanding that I think that's next week, and it's only the premium
Yeah,
day one buyers.
it says Forza Horizon 5 is on 11/9. That's when it comes to the console. So next week.
Yeah.
I think Tuesday is when it'll come to Game Pass. So it's not quite there yet, but definitely the premium. If people wanted to buy it, if they don't have Game Pass, you know what I mean. It's good grab.
Yeah, but the Horizon, dude, these are my. I like these better than the Motorsport Forzas, just because it's open world. If your buddies play, when you do certain things in the world, it kind of has their ghosts around, so it's kind of cool. It makes it actually feel, kind of like an open world racing game. It's not necessarily that, but it kind of gives it that feel of, you got friends and other people,
Right.
you can see them. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. I'm gonna play this one on PC, and I can't wait till this comes out next week.
Yeah, this thing is on everything: cloud, console, and PC.
So this is
Game
November
Pass content.
9th. The
Yeah.
standard edition of Forza 5 is going to be on Game Pass on November 9th, not 11th.
November. At least I thought I did.
I thought you said 9th.
11/9.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought I heard 11/9. Okay, so I must have just heard 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah. So, for the next one, I don't know anything about this game. Maybe you guys know something about it. But Kill It With Fire. It looks like you just like killing bugs or something like that.
I just want to say too. One thing is like Forza's killing it on the reviews right now. Like
Oh, yeah?
it's 10 out of 10 on almost everything. Like they're crushing it on the reviews right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Squid doesn't really play racing games, but he said this is a banger.
Yeah, I want to know what's so good about it because I struggle with the concept of racing games, man. Like I just don't understand how that one aspect holds someone's attention for hours and hours on end.
Because it's
I
like
can't
upgrading
I
your
think it was because
car.
of all the random shit you could do out there in this world.
But what
It's
are you
like
doing? You're
unlocking
just
your
racing.
car.
What do you mean?
You're racing. You're doing like missions. You're doing like little, I guess, side quests. It's kind of like an RPG with cars, man.
Yeah, but what are you doing? You're just driving around the whole time, right?
Yeah, but it's not. You're not like you're not in
You're
just
doing
like
missions, but
point A
the
to B
same thing
racing
is
the whole
driving.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, you're driving the whole game, of course.
Yeah, but like so, for instance, on GTA, you have shoot missions, you have robbery missions, you have drive missions, you have racing missions, you have flying missions. Like you have a whole bunch of different parameters. It's not just only in the car driving. Like how do you make that interesting?
I think
Doing
one of
the
the
same
missions
thing over and over again.
I think one of the missions was like you take your car and you just cause like a bunch of havoc and wreck shit. Like you're smashing like pinatas as well as like trashing foliage and fences and stuff like that and trying to rack up like a high score. Kind of like how Burnout Paradise was, when you went into like destruction mode or whatever, just trying to destroy as much shit as you can. So they have stuff like that.
Okay, I was wondering if there was like a Burnout Paradise mode, but I always thought it was very much just like a sim racer.
Yeah, so Ray, think of like kind of like an open world, and you drive to different areas. There's like a different circuit over here. There's like an event going on over here, and they're kind of instance. So you can kind of drive around the world, and then there's different like quests and instances that you can see. And if there's other people on your friends list that play, you see them out doing stuff in the world. But
But you know what I
essentially, yeah,
mean?
you're
Like,
racing.
but you
Everything,
know,
yeah,
yeah, but
everything
you
is
know what I'm
racing,
saying?
dude.
It's like, yeah, I go to a different area and the scenery looks different, but I'm still just steering a car. Like,
Yeah, I
at
get what
least I
you're saying
believe
because
so. At
you
least I
don't
believe
actually get
so.
to get out of the car or anything like
Right.
that, as
Yeah,
far as we
it's
know
just
or whatever.
yeah. The last game added some weird features, like it had like a battle royale, car royale thing. There's like some creative things that they do, but
Yes, that's what I'm more so
essentially,
curious. Like, what creative things do they do to make this interesting beyond just a constant doing the same exact literal thing, like over and over again? You know, like with Halo, yeah, I'm shooting, but I have like every gun feels different, every gun looks different, every gun responds differently. Like, that's a whole different experience every time I pick up a new gun.
That would
Or
be
I
the
could
cars
fly in
thing.
the Warthog, or I can drive my car, or I can do like I could take over a outpost. Like, there's just lots of different like uniquely different things to do in like most games. So I'm just
mhm.
wondering like how a racing game, how they do it. What do they do?
Yeah, well, we'll have to be able to, next week we'll be able to check it out and then kind of give our opinion if it is just a regular ass racing game and people are hyping it up, based upon other racing games
I
or
think
what they're
like
basing their scores
I
on.
f- I feel like they base. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Mark? Like, I feel like they say this is a great racing game, and so therefore it's a masterpiece for a racing game. I don't think they're necessarily like grading it based off like um how it compares to like all games in general. I think it's more like they compare it against like other racing games, and compared to other racing games, like it's the best there is, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like everything down to the graphics,
Right.
the customizations, and yeah, they're comparing it to all the other racing, I guess, sims out there, the racing games. But the cool thing about the Horizon is it just adds, something like Gran Turismo is just you're straight up going race to race to race to race to race to race. This adds a little bit of okay, I'm driving to the next race, I'm doing something. So it adds a little bit of diversity and mixes it up a little bit to what you're
Right.
saying. But at the core, it's still you're
Hmm.
racing. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
what I'm worried about. It's like, for instance, like Madden football, like playing like a simulated football game or basketball game isn't like the funnest thing to me. Um, but a lot of people love it. And so I think like, so for me, if I were to rate a game like Madden or NBA, I would like, for me personally, it'd be like a lowly rated game because it's not very fun. Where like Deathloop's fun, right? Or, Tales of Arise is fun,
To you.
like these things are like fun to me. And
Okay.
so like, I'm just wondering if it like, is this for like a racer? Is this just for like people who love racing, or is it also going to be like a lot of fun for just anyone to pick up and grab and have a great time with it?
yeah,
Like that's what
like
I'm hoping.
like I said, Squid texted me today, and he said he doesn't normally play racing games, but he's loving
But it's the
this.
shit.
He's saying he texted me today saying it was amazing. So I need to ask him, dude, like, what made you buy this? Like, did you get a good deal on it?
Yeah.
Because if you
Is
don't
this
normally play
the
racing
shit
games,
or
what made
not?
you buy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But
is weird. I'm wondering. It sounds to me like Squid is a guy that just buys. He buys lots of games. He likes to buy up
yeah,
the
I,
new
I think he
stuff.
said the reviews were good, so he got it and he liked it. So yeah,
Squid
Yeah.
Squid in my book is kind of crazy because that man will buy third party
Right.
games on the Switch.
Exactly. Yeah. Just because
He's
he
a
wants it.
dangerous man.
Yeah.
hey
Yeah.
man, he bought a 1 terabyte micro SD for a Switch. He loves the Switch, all right?
Damn, man. 1 terabyte. Woo.
You cut out
Probably.
there for a bit. What is it?
You
Is
cutting
he
out, man.
scratchy for you, Mark?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
but anywho, going back to the games, you said kill it with fire. You're like kill. It's like a first person game. You're killing spiders in the house or something like that. So this was like a little silly game. It got
Yeah.
decent reviews on Steam. It came out
Yeah,
last
decent
year.
decent
Like
reviews.
I'm not saying amazing, but it got overwhelmingly positive on the
Wow.
Steam reviews.
Isn't that the
But
highest you can get?
yeah,
That's the
but
highest you can get on Steam.
yeah, overwhelmingly positive. But on Metacritic, it got a 68. So
Hmm.
I have a feeling it's just one of those, mess. I'm gonna go mess around, and it's like you're setting the house on fire. It seems like just one of those little goofy, I don't know, those little goofy, not a simulator, but That's one of those goofy little action game.
Yeah,
So
like Goat Sim. You're just going in there and you're just like BSing for a few hours, like, oh, that
exactly.
was fun, but you never come back to it again. Yeah, it's gonna be like one of those games, right? For sure.
Yeah, but all
Dang,
right.
Goat Simulator, dude. That game is actually kind of cool.
You know what I mean, though. It's like one of those games where you're like, you don't stick with. You just kind of like
Yeah, it
play
has
it
no
for a minute, and
story. It has
you,
no
yeah,
progression. You
and you
just
and
blow off some steam.
yeah, and it's like, and you had fun the few hours you played it, but like you're not trying to keep going back to it and keep playing it.
Yeah. It's like you go to your cousin's house and, oh, this is what we're playing today.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
never play it again.
All right, so for that other game, for the couple of other games that they had Kill It with Fire. I never heard of that one. Looks like some bug squishing
We were
game or
just
something
talking
like
about that.
that.
Did you not hear us, dude?
No, I didn't. I totally did
okay.
not
Okay,
hear
we
that.
were literally just chatting that game for like the last 3 minutes.
Okay, and then Unpacking. Did you already mention that?
No, because
Not
you
yet.
mentioned Kill It with Fire, so we kept talking about Kill It with Fire while you were messing with your audio.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were still talking about Horizon or something like that.
Nah, because you
So,
moved on and you said Kill It with Fire, so talked about that one.
okay, my fault. Having random audio problems here. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, the Unpacking. I don't even know what that is.
So
But that seems
literally, it's a puzzle game where you literally unpack boxes and you decorate a room essentially.
Hmm.
So it just came
So
out.
it's like, yeah, so you're trying to put things in logical locations, right? Like if you're like literally trying to like organize a room. So like people
Okay.
really like it. It's supposed to be really creative. I actually downloaded it because I thought my wife would like it. I was like, oh, this might be a game like my wife actually might enjoy because she likes to organize. And I was
Yeah.
like, maybe she would like enjoy this. Like, and it's got a little bit of like kind of like it's got some feels to it. Cause like you kind of
Oh.
it's like nostalgic, right? Because you're like pulling things out and you're kind of like reminiscing on these items because you're like unpacking,
Okay.
things. So it's got
That's
a little
cool.
bit of like a little, like some kind of emotional connection
Is it
with
almost
the
like that
story.
game Marquette or whatever? The one where you had like
I never played
words kind of.
Marquette, so I don't think it's
Nah.
like that. I think it's more like quiet, like a more like
Mm.
internal, like, I wonder what this person, why they had this item. And you're kind of like thinking internally about like these things you're pulling out of this box. And like, it's kind of like a mystery, what you pull out next. So you're kind of like, I don't know. It seems like a pretty creative, interesting, neat little creative game. Nothing you're going to like rave about and give, a masterpiece to, but just like,
Mhm.
these guys really, they were very thoughtful and they made a very thought-provoking, interesting kind of game that we don't see very often anymore. Very unique, thoughtful, creative games.
Okay. Yeah.
And the
So you have
graphics are
to
pretty
check it out.
fire too, by the way.
Hmm?
The graphics are awesome. Like it reminds me of a game I used to play called Gaia Online, like way back in the day, a web browser. But I like the little pixelated style. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's got a really nice, well done art style for sure. Absolutely, they did a good job with it. These guys. I do want to play it. I downloaded it on my console.
Yeah,
Nice.
give it a go,
I
man.
haven't
Let us
fired
know
it
how
up
it
yet,
is.
but I do want to try it.
Yeah, and then you were already talking about football and stuff like with Madden and whatnot, but they have a Football Manager 2022. It's the Xbox edition. So it's weird because on this list it gives us cloud, console, and PC, and then they have on PC Football Manager. Like, is that different from the Xbox edition? I'm guessing. I don't know why they would have it on there twice. They just really wanted to let you know, hey, we got the motherfucking Football Manager on here, so you need to check this shit out. That's what
My
it seems like.
my guess is the Xbox edition is probably simplified. And so maybe like this is big. I bet you this is a lot like, you're a manager. So you're making trades, you're like assessing values. So this is probably like more analytical. This isn't like playing football. So I bet
Yeah.
you like the Xbox edition is probably like fewer buttons to click, fewer decisions to make, just a little more streamlined. Kind of like how Civilization Revolution is a little bit more of a simplified version of the Civ games.
Right.
So it's a little bit more accessible. So my guess would be this is a simplified version of the same game that if you don't want the more hardcore version, if you're a PC, but you're on PC still, you can play the Xbox version, the watered down kind of version, but you're still kind of like playing as a football manager. It's
Yeah.
probably what my guess is.
My guess was that the UI navigation is just probably different. One's probably optimized for controller, one's probably optimized for mouse and keyboard.
So kind of like
But,
what Ray was saying, like simplified then. In a
Yeah,
sense.
probably just in the navigation sense. But this game is like, I don't know anything about it. I had to Google it, but when it looks nothing like FIFA, it's more of, I think, like like Ray was saying, Civ. It's more like decision making and stuff like that. Because the graphics of the people playing looks like shit. It doesn't look good at all. But that's obviously not the main focus, of the game.
So. Yeah, I mean, when you look at the cover art, it don't look like shit. So it looked like it's whatever. But
it's a $50 game, by the way, if you want to buy it, and it just came out this month. So it's a $55 game, and it comes out actually on Tuesday. So.
Oh, okay, all right. So it looks like another one that they have on there is One Step from Eden. Have you guys checked that one out?
No, this one I actually never heard of.
Yeah, so it is the difference between the PC version and the Xbox version is simplicity. So where the PC version is designed for players to take their time between matches by scouting, implementing tactic changes, tweaking, training, and more, the Xbox iteration is designed so managers can hop from match to match with very little interference. So it's kind of like what I thought it was.
Faster pace.
So basically, you're just it's a simplistic version of the same management system. So it's not as intensive. It's not as sim. It's not as much of a sim as the base game, which is why I would think they would make it available for both both PC players can choose which one they want to play. Because, like, for instance, if all you had was PC, you're like, well, that sounds cool, but I don't want like all the decisions, all the scouting, watch everything like a real football manager does. I kind of want to just kind of like move through and make choices. And you're probably going to have more fun with the Xbox edition.
That's cool. Okay. So I'm not sure exactly about the One Step from Eden. It looks like it could have something to do with like some cards or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like it's some sort of deck builder.
Another deck builder. These things are like coming out a lot, dude. These card games.
Yeah, so you buy spells, which are cards, you upgrade them, and then it's like a grid, I guess, like system. I don't know if it's like it's a roguelike, kind of like Slay the Spire or what, but it has some deck building aspects, and you progress through the game. So those are always fun.
Yeah, I'm playing one on there right now called Monster Train, and I was having a lot of fun with that. You should download that, Mark. I think you'd really get it. Dude, I think you'd really like that, Mark.
Train.
Yeah, it's called Monster Train on Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
I was having a ton of fun, dude. Mark, I think you would love it, Mark.
What was it about?
I was
on Game Pass, right?
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. Basically, it was just like so it's very much like Slay the Spire. You pick like a race, and then when it's on your turn, it's really cool because there's like 3 levels, and so you're inside a train, and there's 3 levels. You draw your hand of like 5 cards, and some of your cards are monsters, and some of them are like spells where you can like shoot fire at enemies. And what you do is you place your monsters in the train, and then like you can use your spells to like damage the enemy monsters who are invading your train. And then once you've made all your plays with your cards, you hit go, and like it's kind of like an auto battler, and like they kind of battle each other. So like you kind of get like so you can see what your attack power is, what theirs is, and you can kind of see like who would win. And you're trying to like keep them from going to the top of your train. There's like 3 levels to your train. If they get past the 3rd level, they start to attack your train's engine core. And if they kill your engine core, you die. So like they come into your first level. If your guys you put out there in that first level don't
are strong enough,
they'll move up to the 3rd level. I mean the 2nd level. So when you get your cards the next time around, you got to make sure you put some dudes in the 2nd level so they can take care of the guys that your guys in the 1st level weren't able to finish. And then a new set of guys comes in at the bottom, and it kind of just keeps training up. It's a lot of fun, dude.
That sounds like it's kind of cool.
It was really fun, man.
Awesome. That kind of sounds like a little bit of tower defense style too.
Yes, a little bit of tower defense. And I liked it too because I had my daughter in my hand, and so because it's like turn-based, like there's no timer. It's like I can just use one hand if I want, and I can just kind of like, click on the cards, put them out there, and like you can just kind of look at the screen and like make decisions and make a tactical decision. And like some of the cards combo really cool. Like one of the monsters, like he gave armor. And then like I would have like a spell that says do damage to the first enemy in this row based on how much armor you have times 10. So it's like over like a few rounds of battling, my little guy that was giving armor to all the dudes in that train, it was like 100 armor. So I was doing like, hundreds of damage to like one monster. Like it was really fun, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yo, tell me why this looks like damn, what's that card game? Heart what is it? The one that you guys play on the PC,
Oh,
from
Hearthstone?
Blizzard. Yeah, Hearthstone. The cards look like Hearthstone cards.
Well,
I
I
can
mean,
see that.
Hearthstone like kind of started this craze, man. This digital card game craze, and then like Slay the Spire kind of like changed up the lingo with like a single player experience with the card games, and
Mm-hmm.
then like everyone started making their own Slay the Spire game. I was
Hmm.
actually hoping, Mark, that Mercenaries would be more Slay the Spire ish than what it is. It's not really Slay the Spire at all. Like I was hoping it'd be like random roguelike run, where like you're just collecting cards through your run rather than like going in with like a preset, build and like
Hmm.
playing. So
Yeah,
it's
that would have
different.
been dope, dude. And you buy
I
the
think that would have
different
been so
classes.
cool,
Like the
dude.
first
How
class
cool would
is
that have
free.
been? Dude, that would have been so cool if Blizzard did their own Slay the Spire. I would have been like so on board for that.
Dude, that would have been amazing, man. I already stopped playing Mercenaries because it kind of got a little bit. I got bored of it already.
Yeah, dude. Imagine if it was Slay the Spire though. Like it would be like so much fun. I think they really missed the boat with Mercenaries. Darn it. I was really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. It just doesn't quite hit for me.
Blizzard's a letdown.
Yeah. So for the
Yeah.
last game that they're adding to Game Pass, this one's for PC. It's Minecraft. That
I
one's
thought
been
that was
around
already
for the
on there.
longest. I thought
Me
it was
too.
too.
I thought this was a free to play game.
I thought it was too, but it looks like they're finally adding the PC version on there, and it seems like Minecraft is always adding some expansions or something like that, some DLCs or whatever. So I believe that you'll get the DLCs too, since it's on there.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's
nah,
it,
they ain't
man.
making no new game. They keeping all of their old
Dude, they
shit.
got no
What's
talent,
up,
man.
Squid?
What's up, Squiddy?
Dude, they had to fire all their talent.
Yeah, all their
Like
talents were either
all
their
their
ship is
sexual
burning.
trouble.
harassers or
Yep,
racist,
all their
so they
talent
got
got in
booted out that
trouble.
bitch.
Yeah, all their talent got in trouble, and now they have to delay everything. You see that, Mark? Everything got delayed, dude. Like they're not doing good at all.
I guess you're lucky that Diablo 2 came out when it did, huh?
I guess. I mean, they're literally all they can do is recycle old content at this point. So,
Right.
I still really love Hearthstone, the card game, but I think right now, if I was gonna play an MMO, I'd rather play New World. If I was gonna play one, right? Like I think like Blizzard's
that
like
game's
really
starting to die already too.
New World's dying already. I heard they had a
Is
bad
it?
money glitch that almost ruined the game. They had to shut off trading and stuff
Oh,
for
like
New
people were
World.
getting like mad money or something like
They
that, or
glitched
what?
mad money, yeah, and they
Oh
had to like
shit!
shut off the economy for a minute.
Damn, dude. You just walking around like a
That's
billionaire,
terrible, dude.
buying
Hey,
whatever you
hey,
want in
Squid, are
there.
you still playing New World? Squiddy. All right, I don't know
Nah,
if
he might
Squid's
have
there,
quit, man. Well,
but
he
he's
probably
been
can't
he's been
answer
on that pretty
specifically.
hard. So
Okay. We need to get Squid on here and talk about New World, man. Give us some info. Tell us how it is.
I always considered downloading it, but I never have because I want to wait for the controller. I'm trying to
he
hold out
said
for the controller edition.
he said I wouldn't like it because it takes much time, and right now I have no time. So he
Right.
said for your
Yeah.
situation, bad because
Yeah.
it is a grind leveling up. He said he slowed
Yeah.
down
Oh,
the
he
New
slowed
World.
down on it now. Okay. Yeah. But all right, so let's move on to the next topic we have. So this one is Netflix. Seems like they started rolling out mobile games to all their Android subscribers. So yeah, it looks like they're putting some new stuff out. What? Let me see. Stranger Things 3 or 1984 and Stranger Things 3. Doing
Shooting
some
hoops.
testing and stuff. Yeah, Shooting Hoops, Teeter Up, and Card Blast. Yeah, which I guess those two aren't. They don't have anything to do with any shows or movies or anything like that. There's no ads or in-app purchases, so it's just straight up games. That's all you got. No BS.
Yeah, Mark, did you play this? Oh, Mark, you're muted, bro.
Mark's got a. Oh, he's muted.
Sorry about that, guys. So sadly, I don't have an Android at the moment. Oh,
Right.
actually,
You're the only
I
one with
do-
an Android, right?
Yeah,
so
I
I can't
thought
play
for
this.
sure Mark would have definitely been on this. Like I haven't downloaded to try it yet, man. Like I need to try this to see what's up with it, to really get an opinion on it. But I was like a little bit underwhelmed with the game selection. It feels like they're gonna stick to exclusives, right? Like ones that like they kind of made, right? Like
Yeah,
they're
they
not
should
gonna really
stick with
do.
Stranger Things for sure.
I want
and
Squid
then
Game.
expand
I
on
want
that.
the Squid Game. That's what I want. That's what I'm waiting for.
The
You
Squid
guys watch
Game
that show?
game, yeah,
There's
yeah.
so many imitations of that
I
stuff
know.
out
Crab
there right
Game.
now. It's
That's the big one
crazy.
right now.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
say
everyone's
crab games?
Crab Games is the big one right now.
See, but
Okay,
I was
I haven't
thinking
seen
like
that
maybe
one.
go the Game Pass route and kind of offer third-party options, like and really, compete. But it sounds like they're more so with their own IPs. It says here, based on their own IPs. So
I feel
I don't
like
know.
that's
How do
where
you
the
feel
money would
about
be
that?
at, right?
Really? I
I mean,
don't. I have no
at
desire
least
to
for
play
them,
these.
because okay, but like, are you really thinking like Netflix is like the place you go to for like games? Like, you're not really thinking that. I mean, you got whatever shit you get from PS Plus. You
If
got
I could play
Game
Guardians of the
Pass.
Galaxy, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna get a
You
big
said
title
that's
like
not,
that on
but that's
Netflix.
my point. Like I thought maybe they would go in like the direction where they have like third party games and stuff. Like
But I
it's
feel
not
like if they're
about. I'm going there if they have games I want to play, dude. Like it's
yeah,
the
but
same argument I made with Game Pass and Japan and stuff. Like I'm gonna go there if they have games that I want to play. I don't know what this is. Stranger Things 1984, shooting hoops, Card Blast. Like I don't know, Teeter Up.
well,
Like I don't know what these are.
those are self-explanatory. You shooting hoops, you blasting cards.
I don't know what these are though, dude. Like I know what if it said NBA 2K, I know what that is. I'm shooting hoops in that too.
Yeah,
But just
but I
because it
think,
says shooting hoops doesn't mean I know what the hell I'm doing.
but with that, I think you're gonna end up having to pay a premium for that. Like, I don't think they're putting third-party brand new games out there and just giving it to you for free 99 with your regular subscription. Nah, they tax it on that shit. They gotta
Yeah.
pay them royalty fees or whatever for that shit.
This is my prediction, guys. So if you remember back in the day, if you had Netflix, the physical Netflix, you also got the online Netflix. Once the online Netflix took off, they
They
branched
got
the
rid of the
services.
tension. Yeah.
So my guess is right now they're just testing the waters, throwing some crappy games just to add value to their service. But they're going to continue to release games over time. And once they have a couple bangers, I think they're going to be a separate service, or like, it's going to cost more to get the games included. But I agree with Ray. These are kind of just dinky games at this point. They're like
Yeah, for sure.
insignificant. We could care less about them. But I think there will be a time, creating games takes a long time. I think they are working on some bangers, and hopefully they release the bangers in line with the show, like a new show and a new game. That would be kind of cool to see that
That would
release
be
cycle.
pretty dope. Yeah, that would be pretty dope.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying that I was hoping they were going to be more Game Pass competitor versus than like just trying to have like a supplemental thing, because it feels like a supplemental thing rather than like real games. These, like, I'm looking at it right now. Shooting hoops is like literally it's just like an Android game. You just like fling the ball like into the hoop. Like it's like really pathetic. Like this is like an app store game. Like this isn't like games to me. So
yeah, Stranger Things 1984. That one's basically like a 16-bit game.
yeah, so if it feels like it's more like App Store because that's why it's on the Android. So this isn't like, a game you can play like at home. Like I mean, maybe this will happen at some point in time. Maybe it will become what we had discussed before, where like you can link a controller to your television or whatever. And like you can, because I think they probably have the best streaming technology on the planet. And I think like they actually be able to, if they actually got into that cloud world, maybe break the code there and make
they can
cloud
compete.
gaming doable. And then like that excites me. This doesn't excite me. This is like, wow, that's what we've been talking about this whole time, is these jankies.
Right.
And I think these jankies would be perfect games to stream via cloud,
Yeah.
So
you can stream.
You might
them
be
via
onto something,
cloud.
dude.
Yeah.
You might be onto something there. They're going to create a large catalog of dinky games, but you can stream them. So, hey, that's something. And they'll probably play fantastic.
If they can get a hit, like even if it's like a Slay the Spire kind of thing, like a cool card game, like maybe. Like I don't know what this Card Blast.
They need a Pokemon Replica.
Or Pokemon would be really. Yeah, they need a smart, good game. They need to make good games. I don't want.
They could get Tim on there. That'd be pretty dope.
Tim, yeah, maybe. That's kind of maybe too complicated, maybe, but I'm thinking more like, Pokemon Go, like what Mark, like we have, like you're going around and you can like fling the ball to catch Pokemon and stuff. Like I'm thinking more something like that.
But just imagine for the Squid Games, they made like a Fall Guys game, you know, because Fall Guys isn't the same as Squid Games, but you're still doing like these big old massive like things.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I don't know. I think you're onto something, right? If they could figure out this cloud and make it run and play and be streamless, that there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean,
And I'm fine paying a premium if they're like AAA quality games. Like I'm fine paying a premium. Like that's fine if they're giving me that. I wouldn't want them to force it though. I wish it was like an extension, like you can pay $5 extra a month to have access to like Netflix
some
gaming or
good
whatever.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like but if they're like trying really hard to keep it within like the standard subscription, then we might just be stuck with these jankies. You know, it's like I don't know. I'm not sure. I still don't know if they know what direction they're going.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think, guys? Do you think we want to add like two more topics, talk about two more things? Or do you think we're good for now? How you guys feeling?
I mean, you want to talk about the San Andreas and call
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Let's go ahead and talk about San Andreas. So, um, after we already saw that shitstorm of a San Andreas had been redone and then put out on new consoles and whatnot, they decided to revive an old game. It looks like they decided to take it even a step further and put it on the Oculus. I thought this was really interesting that they would choose to go this route. But I see it working only because the graphics aren't really that they're not far advanced, so it's not going to be too much of a pull on the unit. And I think the Oculus gives like pretty decent graphics and whatnot, but obviously it wouldn't be giving us like no 4K type shit. So to play this on here, I actually think it would be doable, and I think it actually might be pretty fun to play it in first person and be actually touching shit if it plays just like San Andreas does. But I mean, then you're going from third person to first person. So I mean, how do you guys feel about that?
Like for me, this has to be full function VR, not just like I'm putting a screen on my eyes and I'm using a controller. If I can like turn my head and like look around the world and I can
Yeah,
like you said, use my controller to grab things
pick
and
up
like
the gun.
interact, then
Yeah,
this
yeah,
might be really neat. And this might be low res enough because this is old ass. We talked about this already. This is old ass looking game. So this might
yeah.
be like low quality enough to run like that on VR, then you might have something here that is a lot of fun. And I love LA Noir. So like I'm happy with them being the ones behind developing this game because LA Noir was sick. I loved LA Noir.
It was fire.
I mean,
It was
that's
a
an
dope
older
game.
game, but it was definitely fire. I loved
Yes.
LA Noir. So like
So
this is cool.
yeah, my only potential gripe with this is for the LA Noir VR case file game. It's my understanding that they strip content from the main story. You can't do
Probably.
everything.
Probably.
You can't do everything that you can do in the regular game. So, with that being said, I really hope that you can do. This is a full game, like you guys were saying. This has to be a full content because if it's a stripped
Yeah.
San Andreas, it might be a pass. But I think Skyrim. I mean Bethesda when they released Skyrim a bazillion times with VR on refrigerators. Rockstar's doing the same thing with all these Grand Theft Autos. We're gonna
Mhm.
see them till eternity being remade.
So I got a question for you guys. In Grand Theft Auto, there's like there's a lot of third person cutscenes or whatever. A lot of where you're seeing basically you're just watching the story.
Right.
So with this being in VR, do you think that they cut out those scenes altogether, or do you think that they put you in the scene so you're just in CJ's body while that normal cutscene would be happening, and so you're seeing people roll up, or come at you and talk to you or whatever, and different stuff like that. Like, how do you think they'll handle that?
I think you can just zoom out and watch the scene from the screen in your eyes.
Hmm.
Or they could put you in there. Whatever. I'm like what Mark's at. Wherever it lets them keep the full game. That's what I'm talking about when I say like I think this game is low res enough that they should be able to um be able to fit it in. The power should be able to handle it. I would think this is low res enough. Like, is this finally a low res enough AAA game that they can actually give you a full experience? Because I
Yeah.
think LA Noire was probably a little bit too new, so they probably had to like slim it and cut it. I'm hoping that this isn't, and you can
But
actually get a full
also,
experience here.
LA Noire, wasn't that like, was that a PS3 game?
That's a
Or was that a PS4?
PS4. That might have been PS3,
I think 3, 4.
3 and 4. Yeah,
So it might have just been like extremely graphically taxing, to be, because you had to study faces and stuff like that in LA Noire. You know what I mean? You had to decipher whether a person was lying or if they were telling the truth. And I think those type of details might have been a lot for the system to pump out or whatnot. So
right.
maybe that's why they slimmed things down.
Because San Andreas was a PS2 game, right?
Right. Shit was
So
old as fuck.
it's a very old game, and so I'm hoping if that is finally old enough, they did up the I don't want to say
Size.
graphics, but they upgraded the visuals
Right.
of GTA San Andreas to this new cartoon style. So I'm hoping that that little bit of change doesn't make it all of a sudden unplayable
Mm-hmm.
in a full form VR version. But if it's able to be able a full form VR game, then I think this will be this is a good idea. This should be this is the best we can get on a VR for like a GTA experience. Like this will be good. I think. I don't know if we'll get a full game. I really don't. VR is just
Yeah.
VR, man. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I hope that that's what it comes to, because I think I would definitely enjoy trying to play this one. I mean, obviously it's on Oculus or whatever, but if this was, I mean, a lot of things just start at Oculus, and then once they work well there, then they just port them over. So we could see this in the PSVR, and that might be something that I'd be willing to go for. Or if they were to give it as a PS Plus game or something like that, that would be like a go. You know what I mean? I might actually attempt to go back and play it if I could just play it in first person and be touching shit and things like that, and have like a full solid game with all of the crazy missions and shit like that. I think that would be dope. And then I feel like San Andreas would give you a hell of a workout, man. If you're doing this shit in VR and you gotta run and you gotta freaking ride your bike and swim and shit like that, I feel like you would be tired as fuck after you got done playing this game. You're like, shit, okay, I got an hour. All right, let me just go swim in the lake real quick. You just out there just trying to go across to another an island or something like that. That shit would be fun as fuck.
I don't know how intensive it will be like that. You gotta like.
Well, I mean, if you gotta move your arms or whatever to actually swim, like your shit would get tired after a minute. And then let's say you put your arms down and you slowly start to like sink. So you gotta keep pedaling just to stay afloat or something. That would be funny as hell.
They should have like a joystick to move, but it'd be like you can move your arm out to like grab things or hold your arms up to like point and aim your gun. But like to move, I have to like shimmy my arms. That'd
be kind of cool.
Well, if you guys never played it, but Planet of the Apes, I always say that I liked Planet of the Apes and how they chose to do the movement in that one, because you would basically just take your two controllers, your move controllers, and move, and that's how you would go forward. I never cared for the way that they chose to do movement in like Skyrim and stuff like that, because it was either a teleporting or you held your sticks up and you moved them in the direction that you wanted to go, and it just didn't work out well with me. I didn't like that shit at all. So I mean, if they got like some movement stuff where you can like move your arms or whatever to sprint forward or something, I think like your mind would be able to wrap around your movement speed a lot better, and it would just be a little bit more entertaining. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like you start shooting and then you drop the gun and just it just starts sprinting at somebody and then just start punching them or whatever in the face.
The faster you move your arms, the faster you're at.
Yeah, like jet speed trying to go at it. Yeah, that shit would be fun, man.
I can see stuff.
And you got the knife in your hand, just like running.
You can like turn your head back around to see they're chasing you.
You run into a wall or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be funny, man. But yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing like some actual gameplay and stuff like that of the VR game, and then hopefully see, you know, if they port it out any further than just the Oculus, you know, see where we go from there.
For sure.
But yeah, so fellas, I guess that's it for this week. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight to talk about stuff. We appreciate you guys. So Squid, Air, TCB, you know, we appreciate you guys for dropping in. Anybody else who's checking out this video later, go ahead and hit us a like if you haven't yet. Subscribe. If you're watching this on Twitch, go ahead and hit this the subscribe, man. Throw us a free subscribe or something like that up in that piece, man. But we here every Friday, 6:30. We was a little bit late because we had to deal with some stuff before we started just to get some things straight, but we all good. But yeah, so until next week, we'll catch you guys later. Deuces.
Peace.
See you.